Hello everyone who is watching this video today. I was really guided to make a video where I will share more about my own experience. For some reason it seems to be relevant and guided to me to do right now, and this will be about how the relationships in my life, more of the intimate ones, have catapulted me to come back to my purpose, come back to my path and work through those layers in me in order to come to a point of finally integrating my higher self in my body, basically to integrate my open vessel inside, open it and to integrate that same consciousness which I was living through in my time memories of Atlantis, where we were really living oneness with the universe, in oneness with each other and Mother Earth, on a soul level and through the body. So in order to come to that point, I will just start from the journey of when my real awakening process started. But awakening, I don't mean in that way that we just know that we have a purpose, because it's kind of like a next level of awakening where things get shaken up in your life in order to universe to tell you basically that it's time for you to start living your life according to why you came here to live your life, basically. And so even though I done Reiki healing, distance healing, natural already since I was 17 years old, and done this lot of meditation retreats in Tibetan monasteries and teaching yoga for since 2012, meditation and Tibetan Chalung yoga and so on, these are just like kind of preparations. What I mean with soul awakening is really about this kind of point in your life when you have gone through the major lessons, the major difficulties in your life that made you feel like you were dependent on that circumstance or dependent on that person, or even not dependent on the person, but kind of feeling like as if you are supposed to stay in that, for example, relationship in order to feel like you are needed in some way. It depends what you're going through and what the lessons are there to be learned, but the kind of major lessons that you have learned in order to come back to your purpose, basically, that you have kind of gone through so that you know that you are kind of ready on a soul level to live your purpose. And then that's the time when the universe just start to shake things up in your life, and you don't have any other choice than surrender to it. So that phase started for me in 2019 when I met a person who I thought was my twin flame. And I know that probably most of you who watch my videos are aware of the concepts of twin flames. So that time I didn't even believe in it, but now I understand more what it means through these experiences, in my own way, according to my experience. So what I feel it's about, of course, this whole universe, it's about polarity. Otherwise, if there is no polarity, you cannot have room for growth. You need yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Everything is movement thanks to that experience. So it basically means it's your soul experiencing a human life in another body. It can also be another dimension, but many people have their twin flame on earth at this time because of this shift of consciousness right now. So it basically means it's the opposite. That person who works in the opposite way of you is the same like you. That's why you feel so home with that person. But it's supposed to be the opposite of you in order to catapult you, to grow in your life, to take the next level to really become your soul's purpose, and activate it and know who you are at the soul level, to really clear out what is there, to clear all the old traumas and belief systems and so on. So the twin flame is supposed to mirror everything to you. That's why it's not kind of this romantic relationship, but it's kind of there in order to catapult you on your spiritual path. Okay, with that being said, I met this person in 2019 who I thought was my twin flame, but it's kind of like this preparation phase. Some people call this fake twin flame, some people call this way shower. It was a person who I felt like I was looking at myself when I looked at his eyes. So that's why it kind of reminded me of that. But because of this intensity of the soul connection, I realized I have to let go of what is not me, basically, what doesn't resonate with me anymore according to what I feel in my energy, in my heart. So I had to kind of let go all of the things that I had in my life in order to take me to the next level. So that was my first experience with having this soul connection, when you can like feel that person next to your body, even though it's that person's astral body. That's how connected we were. So that's why, of course, I thought this is a twin flame, because I started hearing about it. But then what happened was that we came to a point where nothing happened, and because of this triggering, all of this trauma started coming up with abandonment wounds and so on. And it was like so much suffering that I really felt like that time I was like I really had to clear all the trauma. So I was in a point when I felt like I cannot do this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. I can't have this suffering anymore. It's just like I can't be in this body with this. It's just not possible. Something needs to change, but I cannot change it. So what can I do? I have to let go. I have to face everything what is there inside. So I was really in a point of my life when I just had to just sit down, face all the feelings that was there in the body. And in that process, I went back to the childhood. It's kind of this inner child meditation. And through facing all the feelings and sitting with all the feelings, all these feelings, whatever is there that comes up from the childhood, made this kind of experience in me, how I was starting to experience meditation as actually energetic work through the body. This was my first experience. So it was the next level of meditation, where I really felt like I can actually, by accepting all the feelings within, to create this kind of vortex in me, and the energy started moving in my body, and I felt this, I could actually reach this kind of inner peace finally from within me, so that in order to look at life from more perspective from above, and not be so much personally attached to things in the karmic contracts. So through this, thanks to these traumas coming up and this experience, I continued my life. And again came a next phase when Corona started. I lost my job and many other things, my home, and got in debt. It was a really difficult situation to live with again. And again I had to go to another phase of surrendering. And that time I got in contact with this kind of another soul contract to go through, but through the kind of the internet. It's like, because I was supposed to experience it, I guess, on a way of how it is to have a connection on a soul level, even though it's not, you have not met physically, but kind of this knowing how you can, just to see how actually we are connected through the thinking, the mind, soul, and even the body level, even though you have not met. So that was the something I went through, but I noticed that it was very unhealthy, because there was something there that was not balanced, that made me feel like more kind of grasping on that person, and more chasing that person. And when I realized that, I realized this is really like, I need to get back. It was all about coming back to myself, letting go in order to know my worth. So in that process, I had to sometimes sit down, and again, when I felt like it started becoming again this kind of cat and mouse energy, I had to just finally sit down and release and experiment with the universe in this way. And I noticed that every time I sat down in meditation, and also in my life situation when it was difficult otherwise, I couldn't do anything else than sit down and surrender again to the universe. And in this process, it was such a big, because when you think about suffering or negative energies, the more you allow them to be experienced and let go, in the process of letting go, you're creating so much light, because the more darkness you have, the more opportunity and space there is for light actually that you can create, but only if you have the willingness, if you are ready to face it, if you're ready to face yourself, and to work with the universe, to be in a universal plan. You have to be able to surrender and let go. And these difficult life situations I was in that time that forced me to come back to myself, to just let go. It was so intense because of the energy polarities. In the process, it was so intense that when I started letting go, I started getting this kind of cosmic orgasm. It's also related to Kundalini, but it's kind of the next step in my process experience. That was kind of this light just bursting through my body, and I felt like it was really like spreading everywhere. And it all came basically from sitting in a difficult life situation and still having the willingness to really let go, to really surrender through my whole body. I allow the universe to take me on from here. I allow the universe to orchestrate my life, whatever is there, so I can live in my purpose. And this was the experience with the cosmic orgasm. And the cosmic orgasm, you can see it also like an experience. It was kind of my first taste of experience of being one with, you feel like you are one with everything, and in the same time you are nothing. It's kind of that eternal part of yourself, the soul, an experience of it. But it cannot come when you have attachment to try to experience something. The Kundalini awakening or cosmic orgasm, the next level, nothing of that can be experienced if you have attachment to try to experience. Actually, the only healthy way to come to that kind of point is to let life burn out all the karmic things, burn out all the attachments from within you. And the only way it's burning out and to make space here for the energies to flow is to let go, is to surrender your whole body to the universe. And because there are attachments and these belief patterns that we create by ourselves again and again that are disempowering, and the feelings that you are attached to some outcome, attached to a person, needing that validation or needing that person loving you, whatever. This kind of is making these kind of stuck energies because they are disempowering and not remembering how you are an eternal soul in this universe on a bodily level of remembering. To come back to this bodily level of remembering how you're part of the universe is allowing this free flow of energy, and it's really this kind of that is burning out. It's like Shiva. You see this Shiva has this kind of a fire coming out from here, the third eye, or is it the crown chakra, and that symbolizes that thing that he was doing. He was basically letting go, accepting everything that was there, all the feelings, all the sufferings, accepting all the feelings that they are, allowing the process to unfold in itself without doing anything, and then letting go, surrendering. In that process, he was burning out everything in order to open the third eye, then the crown chakra. So in this process, it was really nice because I was able to kind of detach myself more from the karmic attachments to people and things. And then I finally got into this kind of cocoon mode in that winter. I remember after that I was finally able to realize that I need more self-worth. I need to let go of this relation, this kind of connection I had to that unhealthy connection, basically. And I started doing meditation more just because it felt so good. It felt so good to come to this internal peace state of just surrendering, just letting go, and knowing that it's from within, just knowing it from, starting to trust the feeling from within that this is where all starts from. What I choose to create within myself, this is what shifts the life, shifts everything, the reality, and allows the universe to orchestrate, allows the universe to make space for new stuff. This was the realization process on the next step. And then one day, I guess, when life just comes to shift things around, I was in a point when I started getting stuck in my throat, and this was because I have another video where I explain more about this, my remembering Atlantis, my experience with Atlantis and how it affected this life, but this is connected to that, so I will just repeat this here, that I felt something stuck in my throat, and it was because when my Kundalini was already awakening from this surrender state of meditation I was doing, I happened to see a video where my real twin flame was talking. This was not the false twin flame, but this time the real. And how do I know that? Well, basically it's kind of this cube energy, this Merkaba. When it comes together in this way, I got this experience in my body that, I had this Kundalini already and awakened, and I knew how to surrender in order to open up. That's something I knew already, but he has this cosmic kind of remembering, this cosmic plan that he was in, and in order to share the knowledge that he had from that perspective. So he had more that kind of activated that I had to now activate in me, because if you think about it, it's your soul, but the polarity of your soul experienced in another body. So of course, if you energetically act energetically, you don't need to meet physically, but through like this way, how we met, it was kind of activating my other side that I needed, my polarity in me, so that I could become more whole, and I was activating him in his way. So it felt like this kind of coming together like this. I don't know, cannot explain it better than this, but kind of like this kind of hat putting pressure here in the same time as my Kundalini was already awake and burning. So it was kind of becoming this rock, becoming a stone. And that was my first experience of how it felt like living in Atlantis, because that's more like the stone energy that I had to create within me to become master of my own energy, to become my body, to be in my body with my whole energy, and then live life according to that. So, and then what happened was that I started falling into trance, and in the trance state, I didn't know yet what was happening, and because I didn't yet come to that point of channeling light language, cosmic sounds, or galactic beings through me. So in that situation, I did not know what was happening. My whole body was shaking, and this it looks like I had epilepsy almost, and this kind of attacks, and just fell down, and all these weird sounds came through me, and crying and breathing in this way, and even Anunnaki. And it was just too much, too crazy, and I didn't know what to do. I was just, again, another level of surrendering. I just had to let it happen. I didn't even know how long time more I would live with that, with that kind of thing going on. It could happen anywhere, at work, outside, at home. So I had to isolate myself and just let it happen. And then universe sent me this person who I'm really connected to, and she had this soul biography course, kind of this mediumship course that she laid out for me for 3 months. And in that process, she was the one who helped me then in that process, going back to my memories in Atlantis, and through that process, with help of Arcturians who are really focused on this kind of surgery level of your body. They live on a higher dimensional plane, and we live here on 3D. So to have that higher dimensional energetic help to do surgery on your body, it's really what is upgrading the DNA. And this is the work on the quantum field. I will make another video where I will explain more about how to work with the quantum field. So that was my experience with all these souls that were stuck in my body all the way from 12,000 years back from Atlantis. After the flood came, they had to be released, so removed, and this chip from my throat also, and everything was removed. I finally started feeling like I am really more free, my energy in my body. And that's how this throat started changing into an instrument, my whole body also in the process after it. And that's how I started channeling. That's how I started channeling the sounds. And from that moment on, I knew, okay, this is the inner fire, and this is how to become master of your energy, basically, in your body, to become responsible of your energy in the body, so that you know how to navigate your energy in your body according to the surroundings, and know how to open up this inner portal in you, and when to close it and activate in this way through the sounds that flows through me. And it's all in a state of trance, which means surrender state, of being higher higher dimensional experience in the body, and it can only be experienced in this way of surrendering to open it and then be more in the body to close it. You have this kind of willpower. You start to have this kind of way of knowing how to navigate energies and knowing how to work with in the relation to your guides and the galactics and the elementals, your guides basically, your higher self, according to the energy in your body and according to your willpower, the intentions. This is the power of intentions. So this is what I was learning in that process, going to the memories in Atlantis, and to integrate then this kind of energy of that person I was in Atlantis again in this life, which means the crystal energy, which means having the space here within to clear out all these chakras, so that you know how to deal with the life according to the feelings in the body instead, and always being ready to face them and open up the energies instead of blaming the external circumstances for how you feel. Very shortly said. So, and the next level of integration of this energy with my twin flame was this kind of feeling, this astral connection more on a more soul level. And that was very fiery, really burning even more on the next level, burning out a lot. And a lot of energies that doesn't serve, basically, in order to integrate our souls on the next level. And in that experience I felt like this head was like the feet and the feet was the head. Like you don't know anymore which one is up and what is down, because it's kind of this seventh dimension experience of how it feels to be more in the sixth and seventh dimensions, I guess. But anyway, I will not put labels here because this is everyone have their experience, so it's not important to put labels of which dimensional experiences are what. Just experience, that's it. Everyone have their unique path. So after that I was able to learn how to be in my body, how to work with my energy in relation to the external environment, which is a reflection of the internal and eternal eternal, working with the eternal self. So then the next step of life was the separation phase, where of course you have to walk your own path and that person has to walk their path, otherwise you are not be able to become, you cannot learn how to live your purpose unless you are really knowing at all times that you are on your purpose. You had that experience in order to get that catapult you to the next level. The rest is just according to the universal plan. So the next level was to go kind of through these dark phases again in another level. Before, I also have, in living in Himalaya mountains, I also have seen a lot of oracles, mixed with different entities and taking over the body and exorcism and so on. And this was one level of having to face the dark entities, but they are actually nothing. There's nothing there. It just depends on how you deal with yourself when you face this. So, and we don't need to go into that. It's not important anyway. But the next level was to kind of go to this dark kind of this building up this energy from within me. Actually, the way I was building up the crystal energy from within me was to face the tests from outside, this kind of psychic attacks or negative energies. I was in Sicily also that winter, surrounded by this kind of really heavy energies and mafia stuff, and it was like really just these energies, energetic things, and it was really heavy, really a lot for me to take. But it's kind of that the last level of tests, what you need to go through in order to really become the master of your energy, to testing how willing are you to be in your body, in your energy, to be on your purpose. So when you have difficulties in life, it's actually just catapults for you in order for you to grow this energy within you, to increase the energy from within you, so that you can hold it together and know how to, just decide. When I had the psychic attacks before going to that experience in Sicily, I had few nights in a row with this waking up to this kind of psychic attack. So, and when I woke up in the night, and had to do clearing, I just, I started getting a little bit tired of it, because life was just testing me more and more and more. The more you are on your path, the more things also start testing you, until you come to the last point of level of death, but rebirth, kind of. I will come to that soon. But so I started getting tired of it, and I just really didn't want this experience anymore. So I realized I really had to make a decision that this is my body. Nothing can come through unless I decide clearly, this is my body. I know you're here just to test me, and I can see you and I accept you. Hey, hello, I see you are there, but this is my body. I choose to be in my body. I choose that this is my body. And I also, with the help of the guides, more with this energy clearing, the dragon energies, I started getting this bigger and bigger energy from within me, growing and growing in this process. And then after going through all of these last tests, I come to a point in my life when I was so depleted from all of it that it was like a life force had gone out from my body. It was like I was in a point in my life going through all of these dimensions. You come to the last point in your life when you're ready to say to life, I'm ready to leave. I have done what I have done. I have done what I came here to do, and I'm ready to leave now. If I'm supposed to stay here, I also accept it. But I don't have any attachments to anything anymore. I'm ready to live my purpose full on. I'm ready to serve the higher purpose. And whatever it requires of me, I have done what I need to do, basically. There is no attachments, there's no neediness, nothing anymore left there to give that energy in me. It's kind of like you become a dead body, and then you start to integrate light in your body by allowing it, allowing it, allowing it, allowing it. So that was the last step before I started doing these courses now that I do for people to find their gifts, to this traveling to these quantum journeys, to activate them in their body, mind and soul, clear out so that they can start living their purpose with their gifts. So, because I need to be ready for it myself, of course, before doing it for others. So, yeah, now it's basically learning how to, just being one with the universe, knowing how to trust it, and don't be afraid to express this truth within me. That's why I come here to do these videos, also to share my experiences. So that's my kind of soul awakening story until now, and that's why I work kind of with this explosive energy, because this is just my way my soul works. That's why I had so many difficulties on an energetic way. That was, everyone have their own things in life that is, but for me it was really about these entities and facing the dark entities in order to create this kind of protection from within. So this is what I also allow, help people with, to find their own not only balance with mind, soul and body, and etheric body, integrating physical body, but do the quantum journeys also to clear out what is there on the unconscious, subconscious level, so that you can become free inside, and so that you can become responsible for your energy in you, for your body, your energy in the body, and work according to that, so that you don't need to stay in the karmic loops, the karmic dependencies, codependencies. You are on your path all the time, and you trust this energy within, the energy flow within. You know how to increase it, open it by your will, by surrendering. You know how to close it. You know how to work according to surroundings, according to the flow and energy in your body. So yes, that's about it. I will make another video where I will explain more about how I work with this quantum field, and the sounds that channels through me is my kind of individual way how to work. It's a quantum healing hypnosis technique. It's the same principle that Dolores Cannon uses, but in my way is really with opening up the energy on a very physical level on the body, so that you can upgrade the DNA. They also do that, but this is my soul way. There's no comparison. When you find your own soul's gift and how to work with it, there's no one else you can compare it with. So for me, it's channeling the cosmic sounds, and the sounds itself is light. Is light that comes to the darkness and destroys it. that's the cosmic sounds, the vibrations that comes through my body. So it's just the way I work. And so now I have shared a little bit my experiences. I hope that this gave you some inspiration and insight on your path, and I hope there was something that you could also perhaps relate to. And yeah, we are all here in this shift of consciousness right now on earth, to higher dimensional planes, as we shift in the body so much, and learning this learning process to live in this energy of I am and learning it. We all have our own puzzle piece in it, no matter how it looks like, and we are all here together. So thank you so much for watching this, and see you perhaps in the next one.